Hi everyone, thanks for being back with me. Today we are going to be working on side body. So I'd like to work with this, it's one of my sensitive areas. It's about creating equal length and an equilibrium between the two sides of your trunk. And in Sanskrit we call balance and equilibrium sama. So we're trying to find the sama between the two sides of our waist, and that helps us to lubricate and to free up your low back, so very, very important. Side body, for many of us, gets very gluey, gets very sticky, so we're going to get in there and we're going to unstick some stuff as well as tone the waist. Your abdominals need to track in, so be very aware of your bandhas. If you're familiar with bandha work, apply your locks. You've got Mula Bandha, which is the lifting of the pelvic floor. So it's just this net of muscles in and around your perineum area that you pull in, you track in on your exhale. Uddiyana Bandha is a little bit higher. It's about mid-belly region. When you exhale, you draw this area back towards the front of your spine, and then you gently lift it up towards the direction of your heart, also at the bottom of your exhale. So you've got these two locks going on at the same time throughout your entire practice. Really important because they help to not only support your low back, but it helps to also create more space in your side body. And you'll notice this when you breathe out fully, you get longer through your side body. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start. 2 blocks near your mat, 1 or 2 is optional if you need those at any time, and a blanket if you have sensitive knees. I'm just going to take mine to the side for now. Bring your legs out in front of you, like this. You're going to take your left hand under your left leg, and you're going to grab your right ankle. You're going to thread the foot under the left leg, and then you're going to fold your left knee on top of your right knee. Now this is in the beginning of our practice. It might be pretty tight. If this is too tight, you can't get those knees stacked on top of each other. Take it into Sukhasana, which is unfolding slightly, placing your left lower leg in front. Okay, now from here, we're going to hold the top knee, we're going to lift up, and we're going to lean to the left. Okay, and then we're going to lean a little more. A little more, and then maybe start to bend that left elbow in towards your hip until you start to feel the right side from hip up into the armpit. So go ahead and take your right arm up and bring it over. So that's going to help to start to gently pull your right ribs away from your hips. See if you can keep both your sit bones down. Now you're going to breathe right into right lung. It's wide open. And even though your left lung is a little bit crampy, get your breath in there as well. Maybe you can walk that hand out a little further, maybe take the elbow a little lower. It's your choice. Then drop the left ear onto your shoulder and reach your right arm out to the side. Reach out through the pinky finger. Really lengthen, especially that pinky finger, and drop your head even more. And so now we're getting up higher into the neck spine. Now, if it looks like I'm leaning to the right and reaching with my left arm, it's just because the video is just flipping the image. So just listen to my voice rather than what you're seeing, okay? So take another breath here. And then lifting your head, pressing down through your left hand, push, walk it in, keep reaching your right arm out to the side, and then take your arm down. Okay, lean back. We're gonna uncross, shake it out. Bend your knees. Now it's your right arm that goes underneath your right leg. You're gonna catch your left ankle, pull the left foot through until your left knee is facing forward. Fold your right knee on top. This is the Gomukhasana pose, or the Gomu legs, the cow legs. See if you can stack the 2 knees on top, otherwise cross your right leg in front of your left leg, and just easy Sukhasana. All right, hold your top knee or your 2 knees, lift your chest, lean to the right. Yeah, and already you should kind of already verify which side is a little bit tighter than the other. This is my tighter side. And then I'm gonna walk my hand out maybe a little bit more. I feel a pretty intense pull on my outer hip. So this is about as far as I'm gonna go. And then I'm gonna start to bring that right elbow in towards my hip, but my right hand is very firm on the ground. That right hand is pushing my left sit bone back down. So I don't wanna lose that contact with my sit bones. So this is about as far as I'm gonna go on this side. And then I'm gonna take my left arm up and over. So I'm gonna feel that pull along the left side. I'm gonna breathe left. And even though I'm breathing left and my right lung is a bit sticky and gluey, I'm gonna get my breath in there as well. Okay, then another breath as you start to hang your ear down towards that shoulder. And as you do that, reach your left arm out to the side, reaching further out through the pinky finger, getting into side neck. Let's take about 3 more breaths. How much can you hang your head? Head is pretty heavy, so we can use the weight of our head to really open up some places in our spine. One more breath. Okay, so now keep reaching out through that left hand, push down through the right hand. That's what's gonna help you up. Walk it in, keep reaching to the left, and then take your arm down. Lean back, stretch your legs out, give them a wiggle, and then we'll come forward onto our hands and knees. If you have sensitive knees, you can take the blanket underneath. Coming onto hands and knees, hands right underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just a simple cat-cow. Inhaling, we're gonna lift the tailbone, pull the chest forward, open throat, and then turn your toes under, round your back, starting with the tailbone, mid-back, up back, and then finally head. Untuck your toes, lift your tail, slide the chest forward, finally head comes up, toes under, start with your tailbone again, and then tuck. So it's just a really beautiful, gentle way to get into the side body. Again, anytime we back bend, we're automatically opening side body. Exhale. Don't forget to apply your locks, the 2 bandhas, especially on the exhale. Inhale, when you open here, make sure the belly does not drop out. There's a slight toning back. Toes under, tuck your tail, hips, mid, back, upper back, head. And then coming into neutral. And then let's keep the toes tucked under here. Now on your exhale, I want you to lift your left leg in the same position and your right elbow. So they both lift up towards the sky. Left knee still in a 90-degree angle. And then on your inhale, I want you to lengthen out of your torso, front and back. So reach your right arm, reach your left leg. And then on your exhale, again, bend the elbow, bend the knee, pressing elbow towards the sky, sole of the foot towards the sky. And then inhale, lengthen out again. Now on your next exhale, take your right arm out to the side, left leg out to the side. This is shortening the waist. Inhale, coming back, forward and back. Exhale, take your arm out to the right, leg out to the left. Inhale, coming back onto your mat, reaching your right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, bending elbow and knee. Pull the front ribs in and take your knee and your hand down. Child's pose. Take about 2 breaths. And then re-support yourself, coming back onto hands and knees. Draw your belly in, front ribs in, and let's start with the other side. So now, toes are under. You're gonna lift your right knee and left elbow. Then on your inhale, you're gonna stretch forward and back, get long through the torso. Exhale, bending knee and elbow again. Pressing elbow to the sky, sole of foot to the sky. Inhale, lengthen out. And this time on your exhale, swing your right leg out to the side, left arm out to the side, shortening the waist. Inhale, lengthen the waist, arm forward, leg back. One more time, swing it out to the sides. Inhale, bring it back, vertical. On your exhale, bending knee and elbow reaches towards the sky. And then take that all down, coming into child's pose. Take about 2 breaths. And then again, supporting yourself up onto your hands and knees, coming into downward facing dog. Just to start with, pedal 1 heel up at a time. Okay, and then bringing both your heels back. Really drop your heart down towards your feet. Now take your feet a little wider than your hips. Walk your hands back a little closer towards your feet, just enough so that your heels can come a little closer to the ground. So it's a shorter down dog. On your inhale, lift your heels up really high. Lift your sit bones really high. Then pivot both your heels over to the right, all the way to the right until they come into the ground. So you're on the outer edge of your right foot, inner edge of left foot, and you're gonna use your hands to keep pressing the sit bones up towards the sky. That's gonna get you into the left side of your waist and the outer left leg. Take another breath. Keep your feet active. Keep that right shoulder down, don't let it float up. And then inhaling, lifting your heels up and going to the other side. Pivot your heels to the left all the way into the ground. If you want to walk your hands back even closer, you can. Lift your sit bones high, keeping your shoulders even. Keep that right shoulder down, left shoulder even with the right shoulder. Push back. See if you feel any lengthening through the right torso, outer right leg. One more breath. And then inhaling, coming back up to center. Keep your heels up, look forward, bend your knees, step to the top of your mat, bring your feet together into a halfway lift. Let's take our hands to the lower legs. Just make it a little easier to start with. Fold, pressing your hands into the mat. So put a little bend in your knees. You can even rest your ribs on your thighs. And then come up as you reach forward, all the way up. Hands to the chest. Arms up. Fold all the way down. Apply your locks. Drawing Mula Bandha Uddiyana back. Halfway up. And step back into downward dog. Coming forward, shoulders over the wrists. Long torso. Coming onto your toes and going all the way down. Spread your toes back, inhaling chest forward. Now in this cobra, take your right arm forward, left leg back. Then bring that back and inhale, left arm forward, right leg back. Taking that back and down, toes under, pushing up into plank, downward facing dog. Okay, take your right leg up. Keep it up, reaching out through the heel. You're gonna rotate your right hip open, keeping your top leg really straight, and then go ahead and start to press the right leg straight back. That's gonna get you into the waist. Keep your right shoulder down. Then turn that right hip down, bring your knee into chest, look up, step forward. Coming up onto your fingertips. Take your left hand down, pull your right thigh bone in, turn from your chest, take your right arm up. Okay, now from this lunge twist, we're gonna take the back heel, we're gonna hop it down, we're gonna straighten our front leg, The top arm reaches forward, down, through the arm and the leg, and we're gonna reach back and see if we can catch the outer edge of the back leg. Then on our inhale, we're gonna reach the right arm forward, lift the back heel, bend your front knee, turn open again into your twist. Let's try that again. On your exhale, take your back heel down, straighten your front leg, reaching arm forward through arm and leg, and then reaching back and catching the outer left leg. One more time. We're gonna reach our right arm forward, back heel lifts, bend your right knee, twist your chest open. Exhale, drop your back heel, straightening front leg, reaching the right arm, dive it through arm and leg, and catch the back leg. Reopen into your twist, and take your hand down. Let's step it out, downward facing dog. Now it's your choice. You can stay here in down dog. If you want some movement, come forward into your high plank, up onto the toes, coming down. Spread the toes back, chest up, right arm forward, left leg back. Bring the right hand back, leg down, inhale other side, left arm, right leg. Bring it back, toes under, push up, high plank, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. On your inhale, take your left leg up. Reach out through the heel, and then you're gonna rotate the left hip towards the sky, keeping a lot of action in that back leg, keeping both your shoulders in sama. As you reach the left leg further back behind you, that's gonna get you into inner hip in the waist. Then you're gonna close that left hip down, bring your knee to chest, look forward, step through. Coming up onto your fingertips. Okay, now it's your left thigh bone, pull it into the hip socket, firm it up, take your right hand down flat, make sure there's some good distance between your front hand and foot, and then you're gonna spin your chest open left, taking that left arm up. Okay, take another breath. Opening the chest. Then you're gonna take your back heel, you're gonna drop it down into the mat, straighten your front leg, reaching left arm forward, dive down through and catch the outer edge of your back leg. See if you can get both your hips to face the top of your mat. Then again, we're gonna rebend the front knee, lift the back heel, open up into your lunge twist. Exhale, drop your back heel, straighten front leg, reach your left arm forward, down, through, and back. Grab. And again, lift your back heel, bend your front knee, twist open. Reach the arm forward, back heel down, straighten your front leg, dive in, and catch. And then you finish up in your twist. So lift your back heel, open your chest to the left, hugging that left thigh bone in the hip socket, and take your hand down. Step it out. Downward dog. Okay, and again, if you'd like, you can go through your vinyasa. We'll wait for you, okay? We'll take about 3 or 4 breaths in down dog. So you can stay there, or coming forward, chaturanga. Into cobra, opening chest, right arm forward, left leg back. Doesn't have to be high. Take it down, left side, left arm, right leg back. Remember, back bending helps to open side body. Bring the left hand back down, come up. Downward facing dog. Okay, so now lift your heels, look forward, and step to the top of your mat. Coming into a halfway lift, we fold. And we come all the way up. And the hands come to the chest. Okay, so now keep your feet together, hands to the chest, and we're gonna hook our right foot behind the left foot, plant the right foot back onto the ground, and take your arms up. Okay, so now I want you to take your left wrist behind your right wrist, and then you're gonna turn the palms together. So you've just reversed your prayer. Turn your tailbone down, take an inhale, lift up, and then as you breathe out, lean left. Lean left, so it's up and over to the left. So careful not to fall into the pose. Keep your legs really, really strong. So it's more of a lifting than a folding. And really, really pressing down through that right heel. Yeah. Moving the ribs away from the hip. Here we go, one more breath, breathing into right lung. And then we come back up. And then we uncross our wrists and we bring our arms down to the center of the chest. Unhook your right foot, feet together, sama. And then you take your left foot behind your right foot. Okay, both feet planted into your mat. Spread your toes for better balance. Tailbone down, arms up. So now it's going to be your right wrist that goes behind your left wrist. Turn, palms facing each other. Bandhas, use your bandhas. We're going to lift up on the inhale, lift the back of your heart, and then we go over to the right. Yeah, now press down, especially through that left heel. You're going to feel the side body a little bit more. It's going to be accentuated. Take another breath. Keep your ears right between your arms. And then inhaling, coming up, 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 up. Uncross your wrists. Take your arms down, hands to the center of your chest. Unhook your left foot. So you're still at the top of your mat. You're going to inhale, take your arms up, and you fold. Halfway up, downward dog. Okay, so again, you can stay in down dog or come forward into high plank, the staff pose. You come up onto your toes, go all the way down, spread the toes long, inhaling into cobra, reaching right arm, left leg. Pull it down and in, left arm, right leg. Bring that down, toes under, push up into high plank, downward dog. Lift your heels, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Your feet are together, and you fold. Coming back into a halfway lift, bend your knees, press your knees together, Utkatasana. Take your hands together, slide your hands to the center of your chest. On your breath in, reach your chest forward, hips back. And we're gonna turn to the right. And you can either place your elbow right between your knees, or if you wanna go into a deeper twist, take the left elbow to the outside of the knee. Press your hands together and really see if you can pull that right elbow a little bit further back behind you. That's gonna take the shoulder with it. So when we do twisting, it's not only creating space in your side trunk, but it's also helping to tone. We'll take one more breath. Shoulder back, elbow back. And then we release. Exhale, fold, straighten your legs. Halfway up, bend your knees. Not too much. Utkatasana. So it's a high Utkatasana. It's just a better way to prep your low back. Take your hands to your chest. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, pull the hips back, chest forward. So now remember, you have choices. When you turn to the left, either putting the elbow between the knees, it's just a little bit of a softer twist, or taking the elbow to the outside of your left knee. Press your hands firmly together to open your chest, pulling left elbow back, and the left shoulder will follow. Opening and toning. Take another 2 breaths. And then release the twist. Take your hands down and we fold. Come into your halfway lift. Now in this halfway lift, reach your arms forward and your hips back. Reach through the pinky fingers. So if this is challenging for your low back, bend your knees. Otherwise, continue to reach the hips back, pinky fingers forward, get long through the torso. One more breath. And we fold. Halfway up, downward dog. Okay, again, you can either stay in down dog or coming forward. Up on the tiptoes, go all the way down. Lift your chest forward, cobra, right arm forward, left leg back. Take it all down. Left arm forward, right leg back. And take it down. Toes under, pushing up. Downward dog. Okay, right leg up. Revolve right hip up towards the ceiling. Keep your right foot active. And then pressing that right leg further back behind you as you drop your right shoulder down. Then you close the hip down, bring your knee into chest, look forward, step it through, coming up onto your fingertips. Coming up. Arms up. Okay, so here, we're gonna reverse our prayer again. We're gonna take the left wrist behind the right wrist, reverse, hands in prayer. Okay, pull your right hip in and reach to the right. You feel that left side? Get in there. Keep hugging your right hip back. Go ahead, one more long breath. And then coming up, releasing the prayer, taking your hands down, step it out, downward dog. Let's lift left leg up, take your time, reaching out through the heel, and then revolve the left hip up towards the ceiling. Careful that that left shoulder stays down, and then pressing left leg back behind you. And then closing the left hip, knee to chest, look forward, step it through. Come up onto your fingertips to give yourself space to arrange your legs, pulling that left femur bone in. Press your feet down, and we come up. Voila, there we are. Okay, back leg really strong. And now it's going to be your right wrist goes behind the left wrist. Turn the palms in towards each other. Press the palms together strongly because that will trick your shoulders to drop down away from your ears. And then we're going to lean to the left, feeling right waist. Take another breath. Use your bandhas. And then coming back up. Uncross. And take your hands all the way down. Step it back, downward dog. Lift your right leg up. Bring your knee to chest, look forward, step forward. This time bring your back knee down, and when you bring that back knee down, pull it in a little bit so that that knee is right underneath your shoulder. Hip. Press your feet down and come back up. So now we've made 90-degree angles with our knees. Take your arms back up. This time I want you to take your left behind your right, reverse your prayer, but this time I want you to go to the left. And then you're going to come back up. You're going to uncross. You're going to take your fingertips down. Now take your back knee further behind your hip. Take your left hand flat, and you're going to bend your back knee, reach back with your right hand, catch the foot. Now, bring your hips back again until your front knee is at 90 degrees or even less, until your bum hits the heel, so they're connected. Then your right hand is going to walk over to the outer edge of that foot. See if you can catch the outer edge. That will help you to open the shoulder. Keeping heel close to the bum, can you rebend your front knee? Turn your right toes out slightly to the right and spin your chest open. Okay, so keeping that heel close to the bum, that's going to give you a good quad stretch. If you can manage, you can even come down to the forearm. Okay, let's take about 2 more breaths. Hide your right shoulder behind you. Okay, release the back foot. Take your right hand down, turn your toes forward, coming up onto your fingertips. Lift your back knee, downward dog. Okay, left leg up. Reach it back, heart drops to the right leg. Knee into chest, gaze forward, and step through again. Now, back knee doesn't just come down, you pull it in until it's just underneath your hip. Now, if you want to use a blanket, slide it in. Press your front big toe down as you come up, making those 90-degree angles with your legs, with your knees. And then you take your arms up. So now it's your left that's going to go behind your right. You're going to reverse, and this time you're going to reach to the right, away from the front leg. You're going to come back up. Uncross the prayer, taking right hand down, left hand down. Take your right knee, scoot it slightly back. Right hand comes down flat, left toes face to the left. You're gonna bend your back knee. So you want the body weight to come forward onto front hand and foot so you don't hurt that back knee. Reach back and catch the foot. Where is it? Okay, now I'm gonna pull my hips back until my bum meets my heel. And I'm gonna walk my fingers over to the outer edge of that foot, catching the outer edge so my shoulder opens. Squeezing hip and heel together. Now bring your hips forward again without losing contact with your bum and heel. Opening the chest. Now that might be enough, you stay there, or you can walk your hand forward and see if you can come to the elbow. Let's take about 2 more breaths. Okay, release your back foot. Take your left hand down, come up onto your fingertips, turn your left toes forward, back knee lifts, and we step out, downward dog. Take an inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Use your bandhas on the exhale to hop to the top of your mat. Halfway up, reach your arms forward, hips back. Get long through your torso, and then fold. All the way up. Hands to chest. Bring your arms up. Fold. Release your head down. Coming into a halfway lift. Either hands to the lower legs, or go ahead and reach your arms forward. Get long through the side body. Take your hands down, step it out, downward dog. Come forward, high plank, coming onto your toes. Slowly go all the way down to your mat. As you inhale, spread your toes back, right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, come down. Inhaling, left arm forward, right leg back. Really hug that right elbow in. Take it down. Toes under, plank, downward dog. Okay, now bring your feet a little closer together. They're not touching, but they're about sit bone distance apart. You're gonna inhale your right leg up. Now, we're gonna take that right leg and we're gonna hop the right foot between the hands. As we do that, the left leg floats up. So it's on the exhale, you hop and you lift your left leg right away. Okay, so let's try that again. Step it back, downward facing dog. Feet are sit bone distance apart. Lift your right leg up. On your breath out, hop your right foot forward, left leg lifts. into a halfway lift. Now, you can use blocks here if you want. If you have blocks at home, that's gonna take your chest up a little bit higher. Feel free to do it. Keep the back leg active. Slight bend in your standing leg. Reach your arms forward. Get long through your waist. Another breath. Reach through the pinkies. And then bend your front knee. Bend, bend, bend. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Heel down. Warrior two. Now from warrior two, look out to the left. Swim your left arm behind your back. And see if you can sneak those fingertips to the inside of your right thigh. They don't make it, don't worry. You can just press the back of your hand into your side waist. Otherwise, fingers come down. Take your right arm up and over. So we're reversing warrior. Take a look at your back foot. Make sure it's parallel to the back of your mat. Look at your front knee. Make sure it's over your ankle. Now, take your top arm, reach it up, reach it forward. Now notice, when you reach forward, you can hook those fingers a little bit easier. Now, take your back foot one step in, maybe 2 steps in, get your body weight over front foot. Sorry if I'm losing the screen space. You're gonna lean forward, and see if you can float your back leg up. Now this is really toning the side waist, both sides. A lot of wobbling here. Take another breath. And then reach back through the left foot, take the foot down, take your right arm up, reverse it again. And then coming into warrior two, unraveling that left arm straight back behind you, and take your hands down. Step it out, downward dog. Okay, so feel free to do chaturanga if you're up for that, and we'll wait for you as we take another breath. So looking at your feet, just a small sit bone distance apart, you're gonna take your left leg up. Now, we're gonna hop the left foot between the hands. Automatically, the right leg comes up. It's on the exhale, use your bandhas, hop and lift. So let's try that again. Step it back, downward dog. So you'll notice one side is a little bit easier than the other in terms of coordination. Take your left leg up. On your exhale, hop, step, lift left leg, boom. Okay, so here we are. Lift your chest higher, lift your chest higher. You might have to bend your knee just a little bit. Okay, use your blocks if needed, and then reach your arms forward into warrior three, reaching out through the pinky fingers, getting long through the armpits and the upper chest. Another breath. And then take your right foot to the way back of your mat, warrior two. There, okay, settle in. Look at your legs, make sure they're all aligned, front knee over ankle. There we are. Take your chin over chest. Okay, now it's your back arm, your right arm. It's gonna swoop behind you, and it's gonna work towards the inner left thigh. So when you root your hips, it's a little bit easier to hook. Otherwise, just the back of the hand comes to the waist. Take your left arm up and reach it over. So it's a reverse warrior two. We don't look up, we just look out. So the whole side body, from tailbone up through the lateral side, left side of your spine, even the neck. Then lift your left arm up, reach it forward. Can you hook your fingers now? I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see. So from there, lean, lean, lean. And then we walk that back foot in. See if you can keep those fingers hooked. And then we lift back leg. Ooh, this is my left foot, a little bit harder. Might have to let go of my fingers. There. So it's basically armless half moon. And then take your right foot back. Reverse warrior two. Set it up. Don't be lazy here. All right, check it out. And then unleash your back arm. Take it behind you, warrior two. Take your hands down, and we step it out. Downward facing dog. Okay, and again, you're welcome to do chaturanga. I'm gonna go right into our next sequence. So just take about 2 more breaths. And then on your inhale, take your right leg up. Knee to chest, look up, make space. Step forward. Come up onto your fingertips. Take your back heel, hop it in and down. As we slowly straighten the front leg. So you're gonna pull your right hip back as your chest moves forward. So your inner wrist facing to the right. Then, as you keep pulling that right hip away from the armpit, push away from the ground with that fist, open up into reverse triangle. Okay, take another 2 breaths here. Keep that back leg super powerful. If you need to bend a knee, bend the front knee. 1 more breath. Okay, now gaze down. Lift your back heel, step it back. Bend your front knee. Make that fist flat. Now turn your back heel all the way down to the left until it's in the ground. Bandha work. On your exhale, belly in, drag your front leg back, stack your right leg on top of left leg, and shorten your bottom waist to accentuate your top waist. And then take your top arm and reach it further over the head, moving the pinky finger away from the heels. 1 more breath. And take your hand down. Roll onto the toes, downward facing dog. This is one of my favorite sequences. I love this. Here we go. We're gonna lift the left leg. Bringing knee to chest, look forward and step through. Coming up onto your fingertips, you're gonna take your back heel and you're gonna drop it in and down. So you can step that back foot 1 small step in. Pull, pull, pull your left hip back away from the knee. Then make a fist with your right hand and punch it into the mat. Now, if it's too far down there, for a moment, you can punch it right into a block. Now, keep moving your left hip away from your shoulder as you reach your chest forward. Now, punch into the mat or into that block with your fist as you turn open to the left, taking your left arm up. Okay. Breathe and feel, really feel the length of your torso. It's almost like you're trying to create slight back bend here. Hips are facing forward. 1 more breath. Then from there, you're gonna look down. You're gonna lift your back heel. You're gonna bend your front knee. Then you're gonna take your right hand flat. Take your back heel, drop it to the right until it's completely in the mat, flexing that back foot. Pull the bandhas in as you exhale, drag your left leg back on top of right leg, shorten the bottom waist, open top waist, and take that top arm and reach it over the head. Reach the fingers away from the heels. Breathe. Keep the hips up. Feel the contraction in the right waist and accentuating the left waist. And then take your hand down. Roll onto your toes. Downward facing dog. Nice. And on your inhale, lift your heels, look up, and either take a hop or a step. Top of the mat. Pull your hips back, reach your arms forward, halfway lift, and fold. Press your hands into the mat. Drop your nose in between your knees. Coming into a halfway lift. Come all the way up. Hands to chest. Okay, so step it out to the side of your mat. And you're gonna go wide, but not as wide as we do in the Padottanasana. So we'll make it a little bit shorter. And turn your toes slightly in, hands to the waist. Lift your kneecaps. And then as you inhale, lift your chest up, open your throat. And then as you breathe out, hinge from your hips. As you reach your torso long, you're gonna come halfway. You're gonna pause there as you activate your inner legs, reaching chest forward. Now reach your arms out to the sides, then all the way forward, just like we were doing in those halfway lifts. Bend your elbows, grab your elbows, and then fold deeper. Now, if you're someone pretty flexible where you can actually get your forearms to the ground, then I advise you to walk your feet closer together so you have a little bit more space there to hang. There we are. Okay, now just inflate the two sides of your torso. Just let your torso expand. Couple breaths. Letting your head feel heavy. One more. And then release the elbows, let your hands hang to the ground. Lift your chest, come up onto your fingertips. Turn your toes out. Turn your heels in and come into a squat. So you're gonna take your hands to your knees and you're gonna see if you can plunge your hips right down to almost the level of your knees, and take your hands to your inner knees and just move those inner knees away from each other, right? Yeah, it's like you're trying to lengthen the inside of your femur bone. Now, make a fist again with your right hand, fist, and you're gonna take that fist and you're gonna slide it down the inner right leg. Keep pressing the arm into the leg until the fist comes to the ground. You can also take your block if it's too far down. Okay, then take your left hand, keep moving that left knee away from your face. Lean back, take your left arm up and over. Okay, here we are. All right, so active right waist is contracting, left waist is opening. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Hips under. One more breath. Left arm up, hand to the knee, belly in, come up. Right hand to knee. Okay, give yourself a break. Straighten your legs. Take another breath. And then as we exhale, bend your knees. We go down. Take a look. See if you can get those hips almost to the level of your knees. You can even take your forefinger and your thumb and just kind of press down on the hip crease. Okay, make a fist. Left hand. Press that wrist right into inner thigh. And then you're gonna slide, but keep pushing as you slide down to the ground, right? So keep that contact until maybe even your shoulder comes to the inner thigh. Fist comes to the ground, right under shoulder, right hand moves the right thigh bone away. Turn your chest open, move that right knee further away from your face. Right arm up, inhale. Oh my gosh. Exhale, reach it over, reach it over, reach it over. Stay strong, trust yourself, use your bandhas. Another breath. Inhale, take your right arm up. Take your hand to the thigh bone, belly in, coming up. Left hand to the thigh, and then you kind of stand. Okay, hands to the hips, walk your feet in, bend your knees, step to the top of your mat. Your legs might feel a little shaky. Inhale, take your arms up. We fold. Halfway up, dare to reach your arms forward and step it out, downward facing dog. Here's our last chaturanga if you want to join. Coming forward, up on the tiptoes, all the way down. On your inhale, lengthen your toes, right arm forward, left leg back. Take it down. Inhale, left arm forward, right leg back. And take it down. Toes under, push up, downward dog. From your down dog, take your knees down, come into child's pose. Take about 3 or 4 breaths to settle. We're going to get lower to the ground now. Let your heart rate slow down. Another breath. Okay. Come up onto your hands and knees and let's sit back. We're going to bring our legs forward in front of us. I'm going to turn to the camera so you can see better. From our legs forward in front of us, lean to your right to swing your left foot behind you and just take that knee out to the side a little bit. Yeah, so just spread open and you're going to turn so that your chest is right equidistant between your two knees. Okay, then from there you're going to lift your chest. You're going to turn your chest to your bent knee towards your left knee. You're going to swing your right hand over there, and either, if your arm is long enough, you can catch your knee, or you just hook your fingers on the fold of your leg. Get in there, hold tight, turn your chest over there, and start to lean back towards your right leg. Don't let go of your left leg. So your right arm is actually preventing you from crashing all the way down. So just feel the resistance as you pull back away from that right hand, then take your left arm up and then take it over. Take it over. Now that might be far enough for you. If you're open, you can go further down, and maybe resting the shoulder on the leg and catching the foot. And then just bending that left elbow up towards the sky, opening your chest. Take another breath. Now stay down, but lift your left arm up. Take your hand down right between your legs. Use your left hand to push up only halfway. Then release the right hand. Walk both your hands forward. Hands are shoulder distance apart. You can take your elbows down, or you can go further down if you want. Just releasing that. Take about 2 more breaths. It's a pretty funky pose because your two hips are doing 2 different things, which is going to create an imbalance in the 2 sides of your waist. 1 more breath. And then lift your head, press your hands down, and walk it up. All right, sitting up, lean to the right, and clean your left leg back. So you're back at the front of your mat, legs are together, and then we're going to do the other side. So we're going to lean to the left, bending right knee. You're going to swing that knee open and turn out so that your chest is equidistant again between the 2 knees. Left foot can be flexed. You're going to hold your knees, lift your chest up, and you're going to turn your chest to your right knee, swing your left hand over there, either hooking your fingers in the fold of your leg or grabbing your knee. And then lift the back of the heart, turn a little more. And as you do that, you're going to lean back without looking at your left leg. You're leaning back towards that left leg. Where can you go there? See if you can keep your right sit bone down. Take your right arm up and then reach it over. Maybe take it further. Maybe the shoulder comes down. Maybe the right hand can find the left foot. Use your bandhas. 2 more breaths. Okay, now stay down there, but bring your right arm back up. Then take your right hand down to the floor. Come up halfway as you lean into that right hand. So we don't just pop up, we kind of round into it. Release your right leg, walk your hands forward, and take a fold wherever that is. It might be up pretty high, but you might notice a pretty big difference between the 2 sides, right? And then we fold. So your left hip is doing a slight external rotation, and your right hip is doing an internal rotation. So that might prevent you from going down too far. Take about 3 more breaths. Breathe sama into the 2 sides of your waist, even though they may not feel even. 1 more. And then pressing down through the hands, Walk them in and come up. Lean into your left hand. That will bring some lightness into your right leg to retract and bring it forward. Okay, shake that all out. And then we're going to come into the center of our mat. And you're going to come lie down with your knees bent. Let your inner hips soften, because that was a lot of work for the hips. Feet are about hip distance apart. The arms come down alongside the body. Bring the shoulder blades together. Press your heels down and lift your hips. Get your arms involved, really actively press your arms down, and then come back down again. Okay, so you can come into whatever height you want to. Okay, just take care. Get all body parts involved. Let's do that one more time. Press down to lift. Chest comes towards the chin. And then you're going to bring the shoulder blades even closer together. See if you can bind the hands. And press as hard as you can. Press the outer wrists into the mat. Okay, now keep your chest inflated as you walk your feet. You kind of swivel. Walk your feet over to the right as far as you can. Where can you go with that? Till maybe you feel a crampiness on the right waist and some space in your left waist. Take another breath. And then crab walk your feet back over to the center of your mat and then over to the left. Go, 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 go until you feel enough. All right? Lift your hips. Breathe. Take about 2 more breaths. And then swivel your feet back to the center of your mat. And release your arms, palms of the hands are open. And then one vertebra at a time comes down. Keep your tailbone up as you lower. Okay. Getting into the center of your mat. Lengthen your legs down. And then just shake that out for a moment. Bend your right knee and bring it into your chest. Pump it in a couple times. And then taking your arms out to the side. Start with the palms of the hands facing down. Reach up through the heel. And then on your exhale, you're going to reach your leg over to the left. Now you might want to bump your bottom hip underneath you, your left hip underneath you. And then reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it all the way over. Maybe with your left hand, catch the top of that foot, the outer edge of the foot. Open the palm of your right hand, and then just drop your head where it wants to drop. Now I want you to feel your top hip. I want you to feel and sense that top hip moving down and away from your right shoulder so that you're creating a nice long line between right hip and right armpit. If you can't grab the foot, don't worry about it. Grab thigh bone or the shin bone. Careful not to grab the knee, the back of the knee, because it tends to bend the leg. Let's take about 2 more breaths. Okay, and then from there, release the foot, and then palms facing down. Exhale, use your bandhas to bring that right leg back up again. Use your left foot to center your hips. And take your leg down. Okay, left leg up, reaching out through the heel. And then you're going to reach that heel over to the right. Now, right about here, about 45 degrees, you can take your bottom hip. You can bump it back towards the left side of your mat. And then you just keep going, 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 going until maybe the foot comes down. Your right hand can catch the outer edge of the foot, outer leg, outer thigh. And then you're going to turn the palm of your left hand open and then just settle into your twist as you move your top hip now, your left hip down, away from your left shoulder. Okay, just listen and pay attention. That's what our practice demands us to do, is to pay attention. That's our responsibility. Let's take about 2 more breaths. Keep moving that left hip down. Okay, and then you're going to release your foot, palms facing down, belly in. Use your bandhas. Exhale, bring your leg back up. Bend your right knee to center your hips, and then lower your left leg down. Okay, lower your arms down. And we made it. So just let's settle here for a moment. This is our moment, right, in Shavasana, to be able to witness how the practice might have affected us. So just observe with a soft mind as you close your eyes and you relax your breath. Just appreciating, as you lie here, really appreciate the space that you have. All that new space that we created inside. Just drop into that new space. As you come into a deeper stillness, allowing your subtle body to expand. So your deep inner body, allow it to expand now. Just use these next few breaths to begin to deepen, using the breaths to awaken. Now, if you choose to stay in Shavasana, you just stop the camera. And otherwise, use those deeper breaths to slowly awaken you, and bringing your knees into your chest and rolling to your right side when you're ready. So feeling your right side, heavy right side, and from there you come up and you join me. Okay, so we bring our hands to our chest and we bow our head down. I want to thank you again for tuning in and joining this class. We'll have more coming up, so keep checking in. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a really good day. Have a really good day.